Hey guys, it's Jess from Madden Crafts. In one of my Creative Asian wrap-up videos, I showed you the new line of Color Shift paint from Folk Art, and today I'm going to share my experiences working with it to make some pretty metallic coasters. I was given 5 shades of Color Shift to try out for myself. This isn't a sponsored video, but I did get the paint for free. The colors are gorgeous, but I found that there was a bit of a learning curve when working with the paint. I started by taping off some lines on the glazed ceramic tiles I would use as my coasters. You can see that the Color Shift paint is nice and thick. It doesn't run or slide, and each color has such beautiful metallic pigment. I started with the beautiful purple flash color, but I was surprised at how sheer it went on. These are glazed tiles and I did not prep or prime them, so it is a tricky surface for acrylic paint. However, Color Shift paints work on almost any paintable surface. The paint also really shows brush marks, but if you have painted with metallic paint before, you know that kind of goes with the territory. The Aqua flash paint was also quite sheer. I decided to try spouncing on the pink flash paint to see if that gave me better coverage. The spouncer did help the paint to cover better, but the texture was taking away from the metallic sheen of the paint. I tried to even out the finish with a paintbrush, and that was a terrible idea. I regret everything. I kind of just had to go with it and remove that first layer of paint and even it out as best I could, but it was not a good idea. I went back to a traditional craft paintbrush for the orange and yellow flash paints. The yellow flash had surprisingly good coverage on the first coat. It was easily the best of the 5 colors. I checked to see if the first coat of purple was dry to the touch and decided to add a second coat. I don't know how well you can see it in the video, but the second coat of paint actually started to pull up the first coat and mix with it, which created a bad mottled appearance. I read the directions on the paint again and noticed that you are supposed to let each coat dry for 2 hours before adding another coat. Oops. Reading directions is good. I came back after the 2 hours and applied another coat to each color, but I still wasn't happy with the coverage or the visible brush strokes. I grabbed another paintbrush for a different experiment. This is a brush meant for decoupage, and it has longer, very soft bristles. This brush worked much better for applying this paint. The brush deposited more paint on the tile, and the soft bristles reduced the amount of brush strokes greatly. I ended up putting 4 coats on the purple and aqua sections, 3 on the orange and pink, and just 2 on the yellow. Typically, it's best to remove painter's tape while the paint is still wet, but since I had to apply multiple coats and let them dry in between, that wasn't an option. The first 2 strips came up with no issues, but I pulled up some paint with the other 2 strips. Because of the dry time and the nature of glazed tiles, I sort of expected that this was going to happen, so I just touched it up with a little extra paint. To finish off the coasters, I used a gold paint pen to accent the painted triangles and the edges of the tiles. I also applied a coat of dishwasher-safe Mod Podge to seal in the paint. Color Shift is an indoor-outdoor paint, but since I had some paint peel off when I removed the tape, I felt it was better to be safe than sorry. Although I had some frustration in getting the paint to work initially, the final paint finish is so pretty that I think it was worth the effort. I think if you start off by using a bigger, softer paintbrush or maybe even a foam brush, you could get good coverage and fewer coats than I used. So what do you think? Will you be trying out Color Shift now that it's available in stores? Let me know in the comments which of these 5 colors was your favorite. I'm still leaning toward the purple myself. Please give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, subscribe to my channel if you aren't already, and check out some of my other videos that might interest you. Thanks for watching.